Alright guys, we're back with another figure review, and today we have the Michelangelo and Bebop 2-pack. And just looking at these figures out of packaging, these are what I expected from Playmates. They have blown me out of the water with the first set with the Leo and the Rocksteady, but now we got Wave 2, Michelangelo and Bebop, and just Michelangelo is my favorite. And Bebop is also one of my favorite. So just looking at these right now, I could tell you you're in for a treat. Find these figures now before they're gone and hard to find. These figures remind me so much of my childhood nostalgia, and I just cannot believe how awesome they are, how well they're crafted, and how they just bring me so much excitement and so many fun memories just from looking at these toys and playing with them. Alright, so we're going to start with Bebop here, and I just zoomed in to get us started because this is an awesome figure. Looking at his face, he definitely has the nose ring, and we know that's Bebop. He's got the glasses, he's got the mohawk, he's got the big tusk coming out of his mouth. He's got his sash with the skull, he's got his grenades, his belt. Oh man, he looks gorgeous. Just turn him to the side so you can check out this awesome sculpt. Look at him. You can't get any better representation than that. And this definitely is Bebop. Look at that. As I'm just rotating around so you can see the details in the upper, the sculpt is just awesome. Look at the back muscles, man. Yes, this is a mutated pig. So he's supposed to look like this. Look at that back. Look at the muscles. Man. As I keep rotating him so you can see him on camera. I'm just really liking the sculpt, man. They painted it very well. Like I said, there's a little bit of, spots here and there. But overall, this is an awesome figure. So let's zoom down to the feet. Why, Playmates? Why? I'm not going to go on the legs until we get to the review, but it does come with a figure stand also, so that is still cool. These are supposed to represent his Chuck Taylors, but we know with licensing issues, you can't really do that, so you can make a couple modifications, but the shoes do look great. Guys, let's check out the accessories that came with Bebop. Bebop only came with his gun. The shoulder pads do not come off because they are molded in, and so are the grenades. But even though he comes with one accessory, this figure is still totally cool. So now let's take a look at his articulation. Alright, his head can swivel left and right, as you can see, all the way around. It has a full 360. Arm can bend about this high. It is it's limited because of the bracelet on his arm, so you really can't get much more than a 90 degree, but it is double jointed though. So the arm goes all the way up this high because of his shoulder pad. Actually, it'll do a full rotation around, so that's good. The arm rotates all the way around also. The wrist is still on its hinge, which can go in and out. He still has the diaphragm, which can make him look up and down. But if you look up too high, you'll see the black exposed. Here we go on the legs. He has the shoe swivel. A shoe swivel. Nice. Then he has the double jointed legs, but because of the molding, you can't get any higher than this. His leg goes out that far, which is very limited. It comes in that far. It goes back that far. It goes forward this far. So, as you can see, Bebop is sporting the Chuck Taylors. They look good, the pink and red and white. So I'm really digging that. I'm digging the extra raised details in the grenades. Man, this figure looks crazy good. So alright guys, I had to show you the side view one more time just to show you that Bebop does have a hunchback, which is naturally okay because he's a pig. I never seen a pig stand straight up or any type of animal not have that type of hunchback. So I'm okay with that, and that looks good. Okay, so I bought out the NECA Bebop and the Playmates Bebop side by side. I know the NECA is in packaging, but we all know the NECA is styled in a different way. And when I say that, it's because he has the black outlining, and you know, the belt might not be the same. The necklace might not be the same. But either way, we still recognize these two figures as Bebop. The NECA Bebop is definitely taller because he's more straight in the packaging. I know for sure in the pictures I've seen of Bebop, the NECA version, he stands more straight up. He's not squat like the Playmates. And I know why Playmates made him squat is because they homage to their original figures. These are the updated classic versions of the toy with more articulation. And I definitely understand, and I definitely like that. Okay, so now that we have Bebop and Rocksteady, these are what these two look side by side. And they both look menacing, big, and fierce. I am a little disappointed that Bebop only came with one accessory, but you know what? If you got his iconic gun, I can't be mad at you. So maybe we'll get more accessories when we get the Shredder and the Tricerodon and later future packs. Now we're taking a look at Michelangelo, one of my favorite Ninja Turtles. Now I just want to keep you alerted to when you buy this figure, please check the eyes. The eyes have a tendency of looking crisscross or painted on correctly. Make sure the pupils are looking straight. That's just my PSA. But anyway, this figure is incredible. The paint details on the turtle just remind me of 1991 when I had these toys in my hand and they couldn't move. But now, oh my gosh, the technology we have now, the articulation, what would I give to be a kid right now with these toys in my hand? He comes with his famous weapon, the nunchucks. Oh my gosh, look at them nunchucks, man. Them janks look great. You got actual chain plastic pieces on it. Guess what, guys? They're not fragile. You can swing them around if you want. They swing, no problem, no limitations. Check out his feet. You still got the toe, and you got the foot articulation, and he comes with a sewer leg. You can't beat that, man. Cowabunga, dude! Look at this. Thank you, Playmates. Only you could make this happen. Now, for the articulation for this figure is the same as Leonardo, but I'm going to show you on camera because it's my favorite. It's Michelangelo in the house, man. The shoulder can go up above 90, as you can see. The arm, this arm is very, very stiff. I had to get it working. So if it's stiff in your box, you got to get it working. If not, you'll break the toy. So I didn't want to do that and cry on camera. So the arm goes up this high, and the wrist, well, the hand, as you can see, can open, close. So you give him the thumbs up pose if you want. This one doesn't have wrist articulation for some reason. So they took that away on this figure. Interesting. Did not know that. Well, I take that back. None of the turtles have wrist articulation, just the enemies. All right, so unplugging them, leg can go this far. So that's a lot better than Bebop. Leg can go out. Oh, wow. Leg can go out that way. Give him a side kick pose. He's got the double jointed knee bend because of the mold. He's got the toe articulation to make him stand a little forward. He's got ankle articulation. It's a little pivot right here, but not much. But I could take that, and I can dig that. He's got also weapon storage. Now, who doesn't love weapon storage on their turtle? Perfect. Great job, Playmates. Great job. The shell looks gorgeous as always. And he's just highly posable. And to top that off, we get a figure stand. You can't beat that. And then to finish up, he has a diaphragm so he can look up, down, about that high for up. His head is on a ball joint, so you got him looking like he's about to jump into Blimp or something, or go after Shredder in a flying vehicle. You can get him looking as low as that. So that's all we got for the articulation. All right, folks, now I have the Michelangelo, the NECA figure out beside the Playmates version of Michelangelo. And with that being said, I feel like the green on the Playmates is more reminiscent of my childhood with a toy than the NECA. Now, I know you're looking, but the NECA one of the Ninja Turtle Michelangelo is much smaller than the Playmates right now. Okay, people, check this out. Look at how far we've came. This is one of the oldest figures I could find. I cannot find my original Michelangelo figure. Somehow it is disappeared when it's time for review time, so I can't use him. But I do have the flip head. Well, they're not the flip heads, but the flip action Ninja Turtles. But this version is a newer remake of it with a newer head. It's the same body, same gimmick, just new head. And just showing you how they were back in the day. I remember the Ninja actually came out like 92, 93. I never had Michelangelo, which I wanted. I could talk about it all day, but I'm not. So just looking at how small he is compared to the new line of the Playmates, how much articulation he has, how much Playmates has grown over time. That's crazy. This is not a NECA bashing video, but this is what happened again when I pulled Michelangelo out of the packaging. That's crazy. 2 for 2 on weapons. They don't hold. They're fragile. Anyway, let's continue. The NECA is the NECA movie turtle. That's the only NECA turtles I have on the packaging. I do not have the cartoon ones. Standing side by side, the movie and the Playmates are the same size. These guys together look great. These are my Ninja Turtles that I had as a kid. Not the exact toy, but this is what they look like when we got them a long time ago from Playmates on those cards. And now that they have more articulation, give me Raphael and give me Donatello so I can complete the set. Not only that, give me Shredder, give me Triceraton, give me Crane that's supposed to be coming. Are you kidding me? Continue the line, Playmates. You got my money. You got my attention. Let's go. Wait a minute. Do you hear that? It's time for the Yabro figure rating. The first category for the Yabro rating is paint job. And just going back to what I said about the details of each figure, they're spot on. You got the bright orange from Michelangelo. You got the turtle shell being painted great. You got the chest being painted great on Michelangelo. There's no issue with Michelangelo. I might have a little paint bleed where the white is on his mask because they got a little heavy on one of the eyes, but it's okay. It's not real noticeable because you're not going to be all up in the toy's face. So that's okay. That's passable. That's forgivable. But now when we come to Bebop, on the shoulders, right here, I'll bring it in closer. You'll see some of the paint blotches and slotches, and then you'll see a little paint, on the face or whatever. And on top, you'll also see right here that it's not really painted. It's just molded, and they just painted the front. I wish they would have painted the top for the top view. Other than that, that's like my only really complaint. So with that being said, I would like to have seen, the spikes on the bracelets painted. But like I said, I'm nitpicking now. The shoes right here, I wish they were a little bit more cleaner. Like they would have, I guess, kept the hard edges, sharp. But because paint does run and it sometimes bleeds, I'm okay with that. So with that being said, I'm going to give the paint job a 9. The next category is the molding. And looking at both of the figures as a whole, they were molded very well. They have tons of articulation, even though Bebop's feet are limited. He's still a fun and great figure. The molding is just impressive with the spikes on the wrists, the belt, the grenades, the tusks, the hair, the glasses. And then let's not even get started with Michelangelo, because he's the better of the two figures. Double jointed elbows, articulated fingers, articulated toes, double jointed knees, weapon storage on the shell. Yes, this figure is great. These are great figures. And you know what? I can't say enough about them. So they 10. The final category for the Yabro rating is execution and playability. And as you can see with this video that I've given you, this is a very fun and playable toy. The execution is spot on. These represent our iconic figures and childhood memories that we had in the 90s with the cartoon and also with the toys. You can't get any better than this. Michelangelo is perfect. Bebop does have a few flaws, but with Michelangelo being such a strong figure, it overpowers Bebop. But like I said, Bebop is only limited in the feet and the legs. For execution, for both combined, is going to be a 9. And that's only because the limited playability in Bebop's feet. But that's a homage back to the 1990s toy once again. So I can't rate this set higher than the previous set, but I'm going to keep them the same. The total rating for the Yabro review is a 9.3. In conclusion, these figures can be found at Walmart. They are a Walmart exclusive, and you only can find them at select Walmart stores. So be on the hunt, because they're only coming 2 to a case. With that being said, please be on the lookout for scalpers. I have seen Walmart.com, and they're trying to sell one figure 2-pack for double the price, which is crazy. So if these figures interest you, keep an eye out at your local Walmarts. And it costs $34.97.